sorry. I'm sorry she subjected y'all to that.
No, Bruce, when our kids have graduated, or I don't know, we had to put stuff in the annual. He's always been the one to write the poem and everything, and he's pretty good at it. So I thought, well, it's about time everybody wrote one for him. So I'm going to begin the night off with my poem.
Yay!
Which I had a great time writing. It's making Bruce nervous already. All right, let's see if I can see it. I had it like really big print.
I've got reading glasses here.
No, I don't need them.
You'll
Just
borrow
print.
these
So, no,
glasses?
I don't need them.
You're not old enough to wear these.
I'm starting out this poem with a little hesitation, my dear. No one's laughter is what I have to fear. You are the one who's always written the song. I hope these lines are not in the wrong. We met almost 32 years ago today. I believe the year was 1978. Another birthday party, yours and Wilkie's, I think. There'd be no time lost on reefer and drink.
Now we know why the kids aren't here.
Tall and handsome, you came and stood by me. What I truly thought was, no personality. But oh, my Prince Charming, since we tied the knot, in these 30 years of marriage, you've always been hot. You've been a great dad to our special three, always patient and supportive as they needed you to be. Their biggest sports fans, you rarely missed a game. Perhaps all your coaching and cheering brought them a wee bit of fame. When we first started today, you knew nothing about the lake. Up at Altoona, I taught you a thing or two, and now at Lake Burton, you're a seasoned crew. The only challenge now is shooting those geese. Even with help from your friends Spencer and Tom, I'm confident those birds will not be our next feast. Golf has always been a special challenge for you. It's not been a sport you've been able to ease your way through. Several years ago on a course with Sea Island at Bay, I had the opportunity to watch you play. With your ball in the brush, you gave it a whack. It hit a tree and came right back. I praised your effort, but offered this tidbit up. Shouldn't you wear a helmet and a cup?
That's true.
A mountain man you have become, climbing Kili, the Himalayas, and Rainier. What peaks lie in the future are yet to appear. Everest holds a special appeal, but now at your age it seems a bit unreal. Good thing Kennesaw is right down the street. The 2 hours it takes to get up and down is oh so sweet. You've taken on Shakespeare with a relentless zeal, always reading in the car, even skipping a meal, listening to lectures and going to plays. How much longer will this last? Let me count the days. Fishing is what you say you like best, but I have my suspicions, I must confess. Every story told involves a honky-tonk or two. In these hills of North Georgia, have you been true? And now in 2010, you are still looking quite dandy. Your hair not blonde, not really gray, let's just call it sandy. Your five-day-a-week workout remains a goal, but those love handles around your waist, I still like to hold. Crossword puzzles and bridge keep you sharp as a tack. At this ripe old age of 60, you have nothing to lack. I want to end this poem in a proper way, so this will be the last thing I have to say. Tonight, dear Bruce, may the birthday fairies linger, for remember, tomorrow is Mother's Day, and I'm not lifting a finger.